Hello guys, now we are going to talk about how we can apply the basic concepts in translation uh, in our practice of translation. Now, I'm going to take this example from the pre-test and I will show you how some of the concepts might be able to be used here. The first one is translation from the Crown Prince's Bodyguard. It talks about a very calm and peaceful night, and a person goes into the lake to retrieve something, and that something is a treasure. Now, in translating that, we can actually apply some of the principles here. Remember, the first one is that we don't translate word by word, but thought by thought and culture. Now, the first one that I can show here is from the second line on the left, which is the hands of the night sky, which here we can imagine like night sky's hands, or hands holding the moon, and the light from the moon spills or escapes from the hand. So it can be like genggaman langit malam. And then the light spills and goes into the water. And of course, we use the word meresap here, or melesap. We can also use any of those two. And another example can be found in here. We don't translate word by word, but meaning. And we also need to make it easier for people to enjoy, like this first one. Oh, sorry, the second one is on the second paragraph, the third line from below. Even though he was soaking wet, the cold was the least of his worries. Here we are using the more common term in Indonesian, which is meski basah kuyup, without even having to translate dia, because it will sound more effective and it will flow better to use meski basah kuyup. And then here he has, the cold was the least of these worries. Here we change the structure of the sentence to make it sound more natural in Indonesian, which is dingin sama sekali tidak membuatnya gentar. And that's very common in Indonesian. And the last one can be found in the third paragraph when there is this word, his mind was set on obtaining the treasure. Here we make it simpler and more direct to give the same effect by saying dia sudah bertekad, instead of saying his mind was set on. Because this term in Indonesian can be translated into a more common word like dia sudah bertekad, and so on. So this is the example from the first one. And from Brompton, we have a few examples actually. First one is meet the ultimate bike for getting around and exploring your city. Our iconic folding bike will always be ready, and so on. The first one, we do some kind of omission to get a more direct effect. Like this one, in line 4, we say we can find, be ready for your next adventure. We don't have to translate next over there because it might not be very meaningful there. You can simply say, sepeda lipat ikonik kami akan selalu siap dibawa bertualang ke kantor, ke toko, atau sekedar mencari tempat baru. There is omission there because it's not really necessary to use that. And if you use the translation in Indonesian, it will make your Indonesian sound less effective. And the second one is, each Brompton is handmade in London with many customizable parts. Here I insert the word unit here because in Indonesian we don't say setiap sepeda, because when you say setiap, it usually refers to people in Indonesian. So we use here setiap unit sepeda as the translation of each Brompton. And then handmade here we translate as buatan tangan. We don't need to use the accurate dibuat dengan tangan, because you know it means the same. And last one is we change the structure of the sentence from its ability to fold into a small portable package, we translate it into bisa dilipat menjadi kecil dan portable. That would be enough. The meaning is the same and the sentence is simpler. People get the sense easier. Brompton adalah pilihan ideal untuk kehidupan urban because the word urban is fancier in Indonesian than just city or kota. That is our option because I believe from here that the tone that they want to use is fancy city living. We, instead of saying kehidupan kota, we need something fancier, which is kehidupan urban. So those are my examples. Now, what I want you to do is try to apply some of the principles, if you can find, in translating 3 paragraphs from a novel that I have attached here. So that would be your practice for today. We try to practice every day so that you get used to translating literary works. I guess that's all from me. Bye, everyone. Thank you.